got Crooked Letter Scheme in the building. What you saying, fam? We good?
What are you saying?
Okay,
Bless.
okay, blessed. Alright, so I'm gonna start this in the beginning, you know, from like the younger days and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
when did you first start out rapping?
I started rapping when I was like 13, 12,
Okay,
13. What ended up happening was a couple of my guys from the West were already rapping at the time, right? And one of them was my uncle. And basically I see what they were doing, and that basically influenced me to want to start making music too, right? So pretty much I just asked them, like, you know, could I rap with you guys type shit? They're like, okay. Pretty much made me record a track. I recorded my first a cappella song, and it was basically a thing where he was like, if you get over 100 plays today, then you're down, you know?
Okay,
And then basically I got the 100 plays, and then the rest is history.
Where did you like first post it on? Was it like on SoundCloud, or was it YouTube, or back to like what platform did you use originally?
I believe I used like Facebook. I think it was Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. So where did you first like grow up and stuff in the city?
I'm from Scarborough. I'm from a small neighborhood called Greenbrae, Markham and Lawrence.
Okay.
You know, and that's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? That's where I grew up. I spent a lot of my early days running around in the West End, you know, so I have a lot of West End ties too.
If I get tested, hoping they get the message like Crooked was sending Texas. I'm just making my moves over niggas like it's checkers. I'm from the east side, everywhere they respect us.
Like when I first started rapping, there was a certain strict style that we had. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, we were really the only ones on that type of style. Like it was more like a Dipset, G Unit, D Block sort of thing.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
50 Cent type of like, you know?
And that's the type of shit I came up off of.
Yeah, I heard that. Alright, so how did you originally like get the name Crooked Letter Scheme?
Well, originally it was just schemes, right? And then I remember on a few tracks back in the days, I would spell my name out, but instead of saying the S, I would say Crooked Letter. And I got that from a Cassidy freestyle, to be honest, you know? Yeah. So I ran with it, and then like the Crooked Letter just, you know what I'm saying? It just stuck, like, you know? So I was like, yo, Crooked Letter Schemes.
Okay. What was your favorite artist that you kind of like grew up listening to? You mentioned Dipset and 50 and those guys. Like that was like the main thing you were listening to, or did you kind of bounce around to other different types of music, like R&B or any other type of music?
Well, yeah, R&B. I was always an R&B fan, you know. But like, as far as like my main influences growing up, I would say like 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, Lil Wayne, Jewels, you know. Okay. Those are like my top. As far as like all time goes, those are like my top guys.
Like the whole early 2000s wave,
exactly.
You know? How do you feel like the rap scene has changed from the time that you kind of started rapping to the rap scene right now? What do you think are like the main differences?
I think right now, like the way the game is right now, is the style of music is like, you know what I'm saying? It's not to say it's not lyrical anymore, because, you know, you still have lyricists, still have guys that actually rap and stuff like that. The main type of stuff that you're hearing nowadays are more like party tracks, like turn up, catchy stuff, melodic stuff. Like that's more so the stuff that's popping nowadays. As
opposed to like the more lyrical that was going on.
Exactly, like the boom bap type of stuff. Like at one point, you know, that was really like rap. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, it's a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, rap can have like so many different meanings now, you know?
Exactly.
Facts. But there's kind of is some artists that are still kind of carrying that, like Kendrick and like J. Cole and those guys, you know? But
yeah, exactly. Those are like the main guys, you know, popping in the game.
Facts.
And those, to be honest, those are like, as far as like 2010s and up, those are like my guys, like Drake, fucking Kendrick, J. Cole. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that. So okay, so right now, out of all the current artists that you could choose, you have to pick 3 artists that you would collab with.
3 artists of my choice? Just any artist?
Any artist that's currently in the game, so still rapping right now.
I would do a fucking Crooked Letter featuring The Baby. So 3 guys on this one track?
Yeah, including you, so like 4 on one track.
So I would have it featuring probably The Baby, The Baby, I have to put Drizzy on there, and I'll probably say Future.
Facts, yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
almost forgot about Future, so I was like, stop.
Yeah, Future's hard stuff. So, alright, so nowadays, like, do you feel like in the current music scene, do you think that, like, the image is almost more important than the music? Because, like, nowadays, people, they kind of take in how the person's dressing or how, like, the more social media type of aspect versus the lyrics. Do you feel like nowadays they take in that more as opposed to, like, the lyrics? They still have a chance to,
Yeah,
make
100%.
this song. Okay,
100%.
okay.
I feel like you just have to know how to, like, adapt. I feel like you just have to know how to adapt in today's game, Like, you just have to be able to flow on everything type shit. Like, you have to be able to do everything.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's all like a package deal. Like, the image with the fucking skill.
Facts. Alright, so if you could choose right now from signing to a major label or being independent, what route do you think you would take personally?
To be honest, it depends on what type of deal that we're talking about,
Okay.
Me personally, like, I don't know. I feel like what happens with a lot of artists is like they don't really know the type of deals they're getting into, right?
So getting like 360 deals.
Exactly. They're not really reading the stuffs and like negotiating and shit like that, right? So it's like, if I could negotiate the type of deal I want, then
Facts. So like advantage, because sometimes people say now like the labels they don't even have much power now because social media is like the new label, So how do you feel about that?
I feel like independent. A lot of people are still doing their thing independent. You can still do your thing independent, Like,
Facts.
but obviously, when you have a major label behind you, you know what I'm saying, you might just reach more places quicker. Not to say you won't reach them as an independent artist, but you might just get certain places faster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. In your opinion, what do you think was like the realest bar that you ever wrote out of all your bars? What bar kind of like sticks with you the most?
The realest bar I ever wrote?
Yeah. Something that like resonates with you that you kind of like always remember and stuff.
To be honest, I don't know if I could say the realest bar I ever wrote, but there's actually some more of my recent stuff. This unreleased right now.
Okay.
I'll say some of my recent stuff that I have. That's probably definitely some of the realest shit I ever wrote still.
I hear that. So, how do you feel about the bigger artists in Toronto, like Drake, Tory Lanez, The Weeknd and stuff? How do you feel about what they're doing right now? Do you feel like they kind of need to collab more with the artists that are coming up, or do you feel like they're already kind of doing their job right now?
No, I feel like they show love to the city. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
You get a shout out from one of those guys, you know what I'm saying? Run with it. Like, it's all about really what you end up doing with that. You see what I'm saying? Because if I get one of those shout outs, like, that's it.
Facts.
That's it. That's all I need, really.
You have any like upcoming mixtapes coming up, or anything, any singles or music videos that you got coming up that you wanna like shout out and stuff?
Yeah, I have. I'm actually working on like 3 albums at once right now. To be honest, they're probably all done. I just have to put together the track lists, right? But
Okay.
I have 3 albums. One is called Crooked Way of Life 3. The other two Crooked Way of Lives, you could find those on Google. If you Google it, Crooked Way of Life, CrookedLetter Schemez. Well, I'm about to drop number 3, and then after that, I'm gonna follow it up with another album called Randy Savage, and I'm actually trying to make that almost like a double disc thing, like Drake did the Scorpion. I'm trying to
like a part A, part B type
exactly.
thing.
And the thing is, it's gonna be like similar to that too, because one side is gonna be like whatever, all the turn up stuff, the street stuff, etc. And then the next side is gonna be like for the Galdem,
Okay.
So I'm trying to have it like Randy Savage / HBK. You know what I'm saying? Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, I hear that. So, any like shout outs you want to make, like any of your homies that are rapping that you want to shout out, or?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Green Team, GT, ENC. You You know what I'm saying? Shout out BFG, BCB, you know. We got a, you know what I'm saying? We got a small little lineup. You know, me, Goods, YK, John Doe. You know, a couple artists coming out the hood, you know, so yeah, let's be on the lookout for that.
Say no more. So that was Crooked Letter Schemes, A Night in the Six, and we're out.
Alright, GTENT, Green Team Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That's the new regime right there. Shout out BFG, BCB. We got a nice little lineup. You know, me, Goods, YK, John Doe. You know, a couple more youngins coming out the hood. You know, you can follow me on IG at Crooked Letter Scheme. You can follow me on Twitter, Crooked Letter GT. You know, and you can subscribe to our YouTube page too, Green Team ENT.